Sometimes it really boggles the mind how they name these characters. Like, I get all the background ones that are named after Pixar employees and they just carify their names. But for some of these more secondary characters that have some speaking lines, I just can't understand how they came to Squat. Now, Chiefess, obviously, she's the chief. Jeremy, over here, he just looks like a Jeremy. Captain Longleggy, he's the captain. He's Australian, he's got long legs. It all makes sense. But Squat, and honestly, Randy too, for that matter. How did they come up with Randy? I mean, he does look a little bit more like a Randy, but Squat's just such a unique name. I don't know. I can't get my head around it, guys. And ever since I learned of her name through the credits of the Road Rumblers episode, which have been very helpful for the entire series, because a lot of these characters don't just come out and say, hey, my name's Squat, nice to meet you, my name's Randy. It all came through the credits, which, again, like I said, very helpful for learning some of these characters' names. But yeah, I just have no idea how they came to it. Definitely not named after a Pixar employee named Squat, at least I hope not. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Maybe it has to do with the old Mad Max movies like Beyond Thunderdome and whatnot. Maybe it has something to do with that. I'll actually have to look into that because that would be my guess. Either way, super excited for this character. Came out 2023 Singles Case L, which I just reviewed. I'll leave the link in the description below, and card suggestion pop-up in the top right-hand corner. One of the best cases of the year because it's so well-rounded. You get several new Cars on the Road releases. You get new Cars on the Road characters, second chances from previous cases like Doug Crankle, Kelly Beanbright, and Mallory Carhut, who basically is a new one, but was in Case K prior to this, technically. Then you also have a new Cars 3 character, Breaker Boggs. You have some Cars 1 nostalgia, Greg Candyman, J. Shoesteer, Donna Pitts. So all in all, great case. I was very grateful to find it the other day at Target. And yeah, probably the most notable characters are going to be Squat and Randy from the case, who I just reviewed yesterday. If you missed that video as well, I'll leave the link in the description and card suggestion pop-up. I kind of dog on Randy. I'm not a big fan of him, so hopefully we have better luck here with Squat. Like, I didn't anticipate, I knew his color was a little off, but I didn't anticipate disliking him as much as I did. Now, I don't really dislike him, but relative to every car, like, I am very agreeable. Like, I like almost everything Mattel puts out. But I call it how I see it, and if there's something I don't like, I say it. And so, comparatively, Randy really fell short of the bar. I mean, it was such an anticipated release, and honestly, did not live up to the hype at all. Hopefully, Squat does, though. A little bit of a sleeper. And I predicted it, actually, in my L video, my Case L video. I was like, I think I might end up liking Squat more. So, we'll see, though. Obviously, new for 2023. Looking good. No need to translate Squat. Squat's just a squat. And on the back, same old for the most part. We've been looking at Rumbler, Mater, Mateo, West Philanthropist, and Griswold. Like, those four in the same exact formation are on like almost every card back. Mallory Carhut, like I said, was in Case K, which is coming at Walmart, and then L at Target. So you have a lot of opportunities to find her. And then Randy, who is a case mate of Squat. They both are, only one per case, so they're going to be pretty much equal rarity, but I would venture to guess that Randy will be a little bit rarer, more popular because he's a hearse. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Nice to have some big power players in the same case for sure. And it really does pain me. This is the third car in a row I've opened up on a perfect card. Mato, Randy, and now Squat. It's really taken a lot out of me, guys. It really is, but we're gonna do it. Let's do it. So here you have Squat out of the package, looking really good. My first impression, I was a little surprised that all these spikes are rubber, but I should have known better. There's no way in hell that they would make these plastic, because if you were to step on Squat, you would be messed up for a little bit. Your foot would be in so much pain. Perhaps Squat could puncture your foot and you'd walk around with Squat on the bottom of your foot, and it could just get really bloody and messy fast. I'm sorry I even gave you that image, but I'm just trying to think about, like, oh my God, that would be painful if these were plastic. So yeah, honestly, now it's almost like a massager, like a foot massage. Like, I mean, these are the perfect material for that. Like, oh my goodness. All right. Anyways, there is Squat in the episode. So she starts off by jump scaring Mater and McQueen and like whacking them on the side of their doors, which is actually pretty funny. It's like, bam, like just kind of jumps out of nowhere and starts cackling. Kind of a fun character, and you just kind of think like, who the hell is this? Like, what are they doing? And then for the McQueen-Mater battle and the Thundercone, she actually announces it. She actually provides a little bit of a introduction to that battle. So that was cool. It's like, okay, yeah, they're giving kind of a part to all these different characters in the Rumbler episode. You know, Jeremy, Chiefess, Captain Longleggy, and now Squat. Everyone's got a little bit of action. So that was cool to see for sure. Definitely, you know, the one along with Jeremy, they put the most work into in terms of the Rumblers, because a lot of the other ones are just like reskins of whether it be Superfly or like Fishtail or River Scott. All those types of models are all in there. And so, yeah, it's very nice to have seen Squat. Now, for sure still is a reskin, but to a lesser extent, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But I will say, to start this off, the expression is fantastic. I love it. Very, very much so like how she comes across in the episode, but not really how she's depicted on the card art, with a big old smile. And, you know, it does look a little bit malicious, but still smiling, whereas here, just a full-on growl. This is a snarl and a half, and I love it. I mean, it looks great. Not every car has to be smiling, which I don't know why they gave Randy a smile, and that's a story for another day. But yeah, it looks really good and quite a bit different from how they depicted her. Oops, it's coming, guys, I promise. On the stock image here, like you could see, the expression's quite a bit different all around, especially in the eyes there. So I just wanted to point that out. I think they gave her a much better look than originally they, I guess, intended to do. So that's good. She's got a nose ring here, like a cow would almost have. Something we don't really see too often on cars. And it's like part of the main metal body, which is an interesting choice. So it does make her a unique model. She's got a matte finish like Jeremy has. Not like Chiefess, though, of course, because Chiefess is the chief. And I love the rust and oxidation that you got going on with her. Everything is definitely experiencing some wear and tear. What I also love is that the tires here are textured. Like you could see those dots on there. You could feel those dots too, along with the lines and everything. Same with the hubcap in the center there. So that's really cool. And they're all a little different. You know, up here, the front ones are different than the back ones. And yeah, let me show you guys how that kind of looks on the arts here as well. Not a perfect translation, I'd say, but a pretty good job. Like the front ones look a little bit stonier, almost like they're cut out of a rock, whereas the back ones look more like traditional tires. By the way, S18A, so she was made during the 18th week. That's actually pretty early. That's earlier than I thought she'd be, because I think Chiefess is, yeah, actually after that by 4 weeks. But I got Chiefess like 2-3 weeks ago. Randy was S18 as well, so that's a little interesting. The windows are kind of unique in the sense that they aren't the typical like gray that they make everyone else's. More along the lines of Jeremy's windows, where they actually texture them a little bit and make them look really gross, really dirty and yellowed and whatnot. Can't see out of them anymore. Yeah, so they did a great job with the wear and tear, making her look like she's lived in the Badlands for a long time, and fits the vibe of the episode for sure. A little exhaust pipe. Can't read the license plate at all. I have no idea. It looks like an SL, and then there's like a bunch of lines going through it. But I guess you don't really need a readable license plate when you're out there in the apocalyptic Badlands. Jeremy certainly doesn't. But yeah, Jeremy's spikes are also rubber. But I still think that one might hurt a little bit. Like, they still are a little bit sharper than these. Like, see how easily these bend and everything? These ones don't. And it's probably because they're shorter, but you still get the idea. So yeah. I wonder if the license plate's meant to actually just say squat, because it looks like it starts with an S. Yeah, guys, I love this car. I can already tell you this is a much better release than Randy. I mean, just look at the wear and tear they do. Like, everything looks so natural and organic. All the bolts in the hood and the doors and the roof, intermixed with the rust. And you can see this side is different from this side. Love that. Got the 2 back spikes here. Just wonderful. It's not symmetrical at all. Everything is just so scattered and random. I mean, very fitting of the Badlands. Look at that. Just soak it in, guys. Squat's a great release. And most similar, I would say, to Suki, Harumi Ichigo, and Chisaki. But at the end of the day, Squat is her own unique model. You can see that, well, first of all, they all have like these low rider sidings to them, which Squat just simply does not have. Squat doesn't have the spoiler, or the wing rather. Squat's got spikes instead. Squat's got metal side view mirrors instead of the plastic ones. Squat's a little flatter, a little lower. This part doesn't stick up as much on Squat. So yeah, love to see that, guys. I was really thinking, like, what model will Squat end up being? I thought it might be Darla Vanderson, but nope, Darla's quite a bit bigger than Squat. Squat. Such a weird thing to say. I'm always like, I always say Jack Squat, you know, because there's a lot of situations in life that you get Jack Squat. So I do like to use that a lot. And now, kind of using it for a different way. Now, I also want to take a look here. The spikes are painted a little bit. There's a bunch of black dots on the spikes, which I didn't notice before. So that's an extra little bit of detailing that they really did not have to do at all. Yeah, Darla Vanderson's pretty similar. Just a little bit bigger, I'd say. Like, maybe they're supposed to be the same model, but did not end up being that way just because, you know, it's almost like the Honda Civic situation with Mike Fuse and Heike. Like, they're supposed to be the same model, but Heike is just way bigger than Mike Fuse because of Mattel. It's pretty much the best way to explain it. Poly puddle jumper here. Just a lot of coupes. Like little, what's a good word for it? Gumdrop coupes. That's what they look like. Very compact. Dash Boardman. One of the OGs. Poly puddle jumper, I guess, is an OG as well. Justin Partson, not an OG. Not an American car, but still. 2016. Yeah, it's kind of funny. A lot of those cars that I've been showing you guys they're old, but they're not as old as like Dash Boardman or Poly puddle jumper. And in fact, Poly, I think, is older. You know what? Did Dash Boardman get released at the end of 2009 in that 9-pack? I think he might have actually. I think that might have been it. So then Poly would be released in one of the first few Final Lap cases. Like the second or third Final Lap singles case is when Poly came out along with Skip Richter. By the way, here's Lisa or Luis, whichever, doesn't matter. Same model about as Maddie McGear. So yeah, Squat's her own unique model. Great. That's awesome. 2 out of 3 because Mato was her own unique model. Of course, Mallory Carhut is as well. So it's actually turning out to be, you know, a pretty good time. All those reskins haven't been popping up yet. Like even Jeremy here, who's like a Hugo, like Victor Hugo, he's his own unique model for all intents and purposes. But yeah, I love the Road Rumblers family that we have going on right here. I think everyone looks fantastic together. They all fit the bill. Even Chiefess, who's metallic, right, still looks great with them. And my custom cap and long leggy looks awesome as well. I mean, I think he's a little big maybe, but get the idea. And he's got the matte finish that everyone else has. So yeah, let me know in the comment section below, who's your favorite out of all these? You got Chiefess, Jeremy, and Squat. You can even include my custom cap and long leggy if you want. Maybe you can even include McQueen and Mater. I should have brought up the Rumbler versions of them, but you guys get the idea. This video is about Squat and Squat only. And yeah, I'm very disappointed with Randy, but I feel much better now after reviewing Squat. I think Squat's a redeeming character. man, they just screwed up the execution on Randy. And maybe mine's just unlucky because of, the things I mentioned in that video. But yeah, yay for Squat. Hopefully Breaker Boggs can do the same, can impress me. And then we'll be waiting for the Quadratorkasaur. And then that will be the last new character, I think, to review from 2023. Because the last case M, doesn't have any new characters, just new variants, which is cool. But yeah, that's actually a little sad to think about, that after Squat here, we only have 2 more new characters to review, being Breaker Boggs and Quadratorkasaur. It's a little sad, but don't worry. Lots of videos to come, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye now. Okay, I would have felt somewhat guilty if I didn't bring out Rumbler, Mater, and McQueen, but in my fairness, Squat mostly appears with them when they don't have their Rumbler gear. But I did also want to show you, yeah, there's the nasty chip on my McQueen. But no worries, I'll be able to open up a replacement probably on my live stream. Bye.